Hello everyone, it's the hump day, September 24th, 2008. I'm your host Gabe Mack here on the Daily Buzz, and we've got lots of political news that, I hate talking about politics, but it's got a lot of really technology stuff around it, so we're going to do that. And also, we're going to be talking about some cool stuff coming out from Amazon and some cool music things from Google. All right. Now, last week we were reporting on Republican vice presidential candidate Susan Palin's email being hacked into. Well, it wasn't really a hack, apparently. The email was exposed by using a password recovery on Yahoo's email service and basically some Googling of Palin's personal information. Things like birth, zip code, former high school, etc. Not really hard, actually. But 20-year-old David Kernel is now being charged with the act, and he's facing felony charges. Now, in an interesting twist, David is the son of Michael Kernel, who is a Memphis Democrat and chairman of Tennessee's House Government Operations Committee. And everyone on the interwebs is talking about it. Should Yahoo have improved its security measures, especially for such a public figure? Should Palin have been wiser about using emails in the first place on Yahoo? Is this an act of terrorism or Democratic plot against the Republicans? Listen, folks, it's not okay for people to be watchdogs and check publicly elected officials of wrongdoings. That's up to the government to do. It's not as if they're hacking into our emails and Google searches, is it? They aren't they? Now, privacy watchdog group Electric Frontier Foundation is suing the NSA and members of President Bush's administration, including Bush and Cheney, for massively illegal surveillance of emails, telephone calls without court warrants. The EFF has started a class action lawsuit with customers of at&t by saying, for years, the NSA has been engaged in massive and massively illegal phishing expedition through at&t's domestic networks and databases of customer records. Our goal in this new case is against the government, as in our case against at&t, it's to dismantle the Dragnet surveillance program as soon as possible. Now, earlier this year, Congress passed what some are calling an unconstitutional law by granting at&t and other companies that took part in this Dragnet immunity. A large part of the evidence in this case has been supplied by at&t former telecommunications technician Mark Klein. And he's produced documents that at&t has routed copies of internet traffic to a secret room in San Francisco controlled by the NSA. Now, EFF's legal director, Cindy Cohn, is demanding personal accountability from President Bush, Vice President Cheney, and others who are responsible for the NSA's Dragnet surveillance of ordinary Americans' communications, and is the best way to guarantee that such blatantly illegal spying will not be authorized in the future. You go, girl. So what? It's not like they're gonna, lock people up in Guantanamo Bay for, people Googling terrorism or anything, are they? No, really, are they? Oh, by the way, also check MOBA's newsroom for a link to the excellent documentary submitted by Thomas Nealon about bloggers standing up against wiretapping in Sweden. Now, speaking of finding terrorists using the internet, under the UK's Anti-Terrorist Act, 16-year-old Hammond Munchie was convicted to youth prison for 2 years. Munchie had apparently been surfing pro-jihad sites, had a recipe for napalm downloaded on his computer, and had been in contact with potential Islamic extremists on MSN. Now, all of this surfing and evidence was apparently enough to place him in prison under the UK's Terrorist Act of preemptive incarceration. Now, authorities were worried that he had been planning, taking a sword on a plane. Swords on a Plane, the next movie, and was going to commit some act of terrorism. So basically, for the possibility that this young man might commit an act and that, there was enough criminating evidence of his surfing habits on his computer, he was convicted.
Silence! I kill you!
So, you have been warned, even if you're doing research paper for high school, don't go to these sites because Big Brother's watching and may just place you in jail.
Gabe, how do you make napalm?
Plastic forts, some gasoline, and condoms from Japan, more or less. Dude, everyone knows that, please. Okay, this is all just a bit too political for my taste. What do you say we lighten things up a bit? Have you seen the new project from the Chemical Brothers? Rock on! It's called Midnight Madness. Now, what they've done is they've allowed fans to upload segments of clips and tag where in the world they were filmed on Google Earth. The result is a really amazing video of what people get up to all over the world at midnight. And it's really interactive. If you want, you can also add your own video. The project is still going on, so get out there with your camera at night, geotag the clip in Google, send it in, and you can be a part of the worldwide Midnight Madness project. And this is so cool. It is truly a global and collaborative project, and I think it's better video than the one that's actually playing on MTV. But I guess with the licensing thing, they can't really do much with it. It's kind of like, Michael Moore's new film that's being distributed exclusively on the internet with Blip TV and Brave New Films, and it's only available in the United States and Canada. But hey, torrent is already out, and I've already downloaded it, so go check it out if you want to see it. Speaking of Google and music, yesterday the official announcement of the first Google Run handset, mobile phone, with mobile software Android was announced by T-Mobile. Now, they've developed the HTC G1 that is a smartphone running Android, which is the Google open source software. And it looks pretty cool. At the time of this posting, it's not official, but it appears as if Amazon will be making an app for the G phone that will allow people to purchase and download music free of digital rights management. Now, Amazon has its Amazon MP3 store for a while now, which is a direct competitor to iTunes, and now with this app, a direct competitor to the iPhone. I wonder if Amazon is going to allow for ringtone downloads as well. Probably. In any case, I highly recommend Amazon MP3 Store, as many times it's cheaper than iTunes, and you can use the MP3s on any device rather than Apple-only devices. Like when you get it from iTunes. Check it out. And finally, I leave you with a video of what you could do with a laser pointer when properly used. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.